What's good, my peeps? It's your Knuckle Big Rucker, aka the Ruckus. I'm coming at you here for the new year 2023. But before we can actually proceed further into the new year, we need to do some housekeeping and close down the previous year 2022. It was a crazy year. For sure, there was a lot of discourse going on in the action figure collector community, a lot of divisiveness, vitriol, hate. It was something to behold. But one thing that was a positive were a good deal of the releases that we got in 2022. And what I'm going to do is my very first ever best of, from my perspective, of course, top 10 action figures of 2022. And in this regard, it'll be the top 10 classified, G.I. Joe classified figures. So that's how we'll go down. We'll work our way from 10th until 1st. You guys probably already figured out what the number one is going to be. It's almost a no-brainer, but different strokes for different folks. There's probably others that may disagree, but we'll see when I get to that number one spot. But before we get into the top 10, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. One of my two honorable mentions that I have on the docket is Dusty. For me, Dusty came in at the tail end of 2022, so he makes the cut. I do know that there are some figures that were technically slated for 2022, but they didn't actually get released until 2023. Especially in my case, there are some that I just didn't get until 2023, and so they are not on this list for the top 10 or even for the honorary mention. But we've got Dusty here. You see him in his packaging. And here's a look at Dusty all geared up and on our rotating base. So like I said, he comes in, he's gets an honorable mention. The reason I gave him an honorable mention is because the ones that are actually in the top 10, just from my perspective, they came in higher than he did. But he was definitely, for me, a welcome addition because, well, quite frankly, we need more quote-unquote good guys in the classified line. It's no secret that all the Cobra figures, the bad guys, if you will, they're the more colorful, and they seem to have been the most sought after since Classified came out. And we definitely need more Joes, more good guys, and then not to mention his design, his camouflage utilities, dust, his sand camouflage utilities is great. I envision some great scenes with all of the more militarily dressed G.I. Joe figures. So yeah, that's Dusty. Honorable mention. Gotta love it. Our next honorable mention is the Walmart exclusive retro series Gung Ho. Gung Ho got into the honorable mention line and didn't make the cut simply because he is a redo. The reason he's honorably mentioned is because he's after having been redone, he was redone in the colors that tried and true G.I. Joe fans know and remember him from. So that's why he made the cut, because Hasbro got it right. Of course, it took 2 tries, but that is Hasbro. But anyway, this is the way everyone envisioned Gung Ho to be. He's got the correct cover, meaning his hat, and his colors are right. They're right there where everyone basically has stated is how he's supposed to be. Coming in at number 10, we've got the Crimson Guard. Number 50 in the line, The Crimson Guard was a welcome addition to the G.I. Joe Classified series lineup, especially after we received the twins, Tomax and Zaymot. We knew that getting the Crimson Guard was not going to be far behind, and sure enough, we ended up getting both, or I should say all three. We got the twins and the Crimson Guard all in the same year, so thankfully Hasbro didn't make us wait. As far as the figure itself, it's everything that I had hoped it would be. It's a little bit bulkier than the average Joe figure. It came with a boatload of accessories. You know we always love that. The colors are great. The red and the silver paint highlights definitely accented this figure greatly. Nice addition. Coming in at number 9, we have Zarana, sister to Zartan himself. Zarana also came in late last year, so she definitely made the cut, and I was definitely glad to have her. She was the only female figure that was original. Everything else was a repaint, whether it was the Walmart exclusive Baroness and Lady J, or the redos, the Blue Ninja female, which technically wasn't a redo. So I guess that's 2 female figures for last year. But Zarana was definitely a welcome and requested, if not demanded, figure. She came with a fair amount of accessories. And like Lady J, she's got 2 hairdo sculpts. So that's pretty nice. So you can change up her style, so to speak. At number 8, we have Crockmaster and Fiona. When Crockmaster was announced at the end of 2021, at that time it was my most highly anticipated figure. It just looked, the set looked so cool, and we were going to get our second action figure animal in the form of Fiona the Crocodile. And when he finally came out and I received him, it was a happy day that day. I was like a kid on Christmas morning, for real. Very nice figure. Fiona is definitely a great animal action figure. Anyone that follows my other channel knows that I've got a thing for reptilian action figures. So this was definitely a welcome addition, and Crockmaster himself came out pretty well. I believe he has some reused parts, but the parts of him that are unique to Crockmaster definitely fits the figure. Came with a decent amount of accessories, and yeah, this is a great two-pack set. Coming in at number 7, we have Sergeant Slaughter. Definitely a long-awaited and much requested figure. Sergeant Slaughter, definitely a welcome sight. We had gotten a Sergeant Slaughter from the Valorverse Action Force. In fact, that line put out, I believe, 3 different versions of Sergeant Slaughter, including the Sergeant Slammer version. But everybody that was a Classified Series fan wanted Hasbro to make a version of Sergeant Slaughter, and we definitely got him. Comes with a bunch of hands. He's the only Classified Series G.I. Joe figure that comes with multiple hands, and I mean multiple hands. He's got all kinds, and he comes with a decent amount of accessories too. And yeah, you know, he's got his iconic campaign cover and those glasses, his shades. He's got the whistle, and of course, You know, he's carrying that baton there, that discipline baton. And yeah, very nice figure. He's got the camel bottoms and rocking the black wife beater. It's all good in Sergeant Slaughter's neighborhood. At number 6, we have Storm Shadow. When we first got Arctic Storm Shadow, Amazon exclusive figure a few years ago, it was very, very controversial because we got Storm Shadow, yes, but it was definitely not the Storm Shadow everyone recognized or even wanted. So there was a lot of vitriol over that figure. People still got it because Hasbro, in their brilliance when it comes to marketing strategy, they knew that everyone wanted Storm Shadow, but if they would put it out in a version, a design, in a costume that most did not want him in, they would buy that figure to serve as a placeholder. And they knew that they would come out with Storm Shadow the way we wanted him somewhere down the line. I remember several conversations with people expressing exactly that. Everyone would say, why is Hasbro doing that? It's all business. Anyhow, we eventually got the Storm Shadow that we wanted, and that's what you see right here in the style, the costume that we want him to have. Comes with a boatload of accessories, the arrow, the 2 swords, sheath, an extra bow, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Definitely highly articulated, and that's definitely a plus. Pinless knees, elbows, looks very sleek. This was a sight to see when it first came out. Coming in at number 5, we've got Spirit Iron Knife. Spirit Iron Knife came in the same assortment, or wave if you will, as Storm Shadow did, as well as the Cobra Officer. And that was a very nice wave. All three figures were sought after. Spirit was definitely highly requested, demanded even, and we finally got it. It doesn't really reflect on the views on the video that I put out, but be that as it may, he was highly requested, and I could tell you I wasn't disappointed when we got him. Very nice. He's a sniper, if you know anything about him. And that's why he comes with this long rifle with the scope on it. Very good. He also comes with Freedom, his bald eagle, and Spirit comes with wings that are drawn in, and then of course extended as well. So that's a very nice accessory. And as far as accessories go, he comes with a decent amount. So yeah, that's our guy Spirit Iron Knife at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the Target exclusive Tiger Force Stewart Outback Selkirk. When Selkirk finally came out, I admit I didn't expect him to be as good as he turned out to be. I mean, he's an older version of Selkirk, and by the way, the younger version is coming out sometime this year. But this is for the Tiger Force line, which is the new exclusive line for Target. As you all recall, for the last 3 years, Target's exclusive line was Cobra Island, Mission Cobra Island, whatever it was called, and they finally changed up, and so now we have Tiger Force. And we also have the Python Patrol for the bad guys, aka the Cobra side of the house. Anyway, Selkirk here came out looking great. I mean, he's buffed out, pinless joints, elbows, knees, and he comes with a fair amount of accessories. Time for the top 3. Coming in at number 3, we've got Sergeant Stalker. When Sergeant Stalker was revealed as an upcoming figure, I was like, yeah, he looks alright. And that was really the extent of my emotional output for the figure. But then once I got him in hand, it was incredible. I did not realize he was as good as he is. Boatload of accessories. I mean, boatload of accessories. And the fun factor is right there. He's also another good guy. We need plenty of it, and he's another militarily dressed good guy with the camouflage uniform. So he will go great with the likes of Dusty, Roadblock, Gung Ho, etc. Looking very good. He also is pinless as well, so he's got that sleek look going. And yeah, very nice. Number 3, Sergeant Stalker. Coming down to it, we're at number 2, and I'm quite sure for many of you this was no surprise. We have got Dr. Mindbender. This was a Hasbro Pulse / San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There was a lot of controversy and chaos, for that matter, trying to obtain this figure. Being that it's an exclusive, it had there was a lot of divisiveness because highly demanded character, and Hasbro released it as an exclusive. So that means what? Quantities are limited, and they did run out quickly, but fortunately Hasbro re-upped them on their site, so some people were able to obtain Dr. Mindbender. You see that it got the PulseCon or Comic-Con treatment with this stylized packaging and with all the accessories, which he did come with a lot of. Dr. Mindbender, as I was saying, was definitely controversial during the San Diego Comic-Con time. It was not only limited, you had to essentially jump through hoops just to get one. You couldn't get one physically at the con. You had to go through Hasbro Pulse, and then on top of that, you had to have some type of QR code in order to get it. And it turned out that anyone could get the QR. It was a joke. It was an absolute joke, and it was uncalled for. And not only that, but the simple fact that it was limited quantities for such a highly demanded figure, that in my estimation was reprehensible. But we're not here to rant about that. We're here to do our countdown. Once again, this is Dr. Mindbender, number 2. You could see that he's supposed to be a dentist, or used to be, and this guy works out. That's all I can say. Comes with a boatload of accessories. We don't even have all of them present right now, but he is rocking most of them. And yes, definitely, welcome addition to anyone's classified series collection. And I'm glad that I managed to procure Dr. Mindbender, number 2. And here we are at number 1. You already knew what it was going to be. Had to. 2022 was an incredible year for the classified series. G.I. Joe set it off with, in my opinion, the best figures out of all of the various Hasbro lines. The sculpts, the accessories, they even had their whole distribution seemed to have gotten sorted out last year, and right on time for some of the best figures to have come out in 2022. And here we have the best, in my opinion, of course. We're talking about the Hasbro Pulse PulseCon exclusive Serpentor and the Air Chariot. Taking a peek inside the packaging, as you can see, Serpentor is not in there. He's already out, just waiting to be displayed as the top dog for 2022. But you could see that this was also a nice set, just like Dr. Mindbender before him. Strangely enough, Dr. Mindbender was the Comic-Con Pulse exclusive, and Serpentor and the Air Chariot was revealed and unveiled during Comic-Con. So we had gotten a great twofer during that time. And here he is in all his glory, Serpentor and the Air Chariot. Yes, indeed. When this was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, the audience went crazy. It was revealed at their panel. And then about a half hour after the panel was over with, they unveiled it and put it on display downstairs in the Hasbro booth, the G.I. Joe side. And everybody was going crazy. I mean, it was chaos down there. I know I was in the midst of it. People were trying to take pictures, moving everyone out of the way. Couldn't wait their turn to get a closer look at it. And then a few months later, when we received our own, we got to experience that joy again. Very nice figure. He's chunky. He's the biggest, thickest figure in the classified series line. Comes with a bunch of accessories. And then, of course, there's the Air Chariot itself. You couldn't have one without the other. And fortunately, Hasbro gave us both. So there it is. Number one in Ruckus Countdown, the top 10 G.I. Joe Classified series best figures for 2022. We got Serpentor at number one. And now it's time for that group shot as we wrap it up here, talking about the 2022 G.I. Joe Classified series top 10 best action figures of the year. The Ruckus version. Our two honorable mentions were Dusty and Gung Ho, Retro Series Gung Ho. They didn't make the cut, but they were strongly considered. But we have our 10 right here. What we have starting from the bottom, working our way up, we've got the Crimson Guard, who we see there on our far left. Then coming at number 9, we've got Zorana, which is on our far right. Then we've got Crockmaster, that's standing there next to Fiona. Crockmaster and Fiona can't leave her out. Then, of course, next to Crockmaster, we've got Sergeant Slaughter coming in at number 7. At number 6, we have Storm Shadow, which is in front of Sergeant Slaughter. At number 5, we've got Spirit Iron Knife over there on our far left next to Crimson Guard. And then we have Outback, that's standing right out there out front, coming in at number 4. And coming in at number 3, we've got Sergeant Stalker right there in between Outback and Spirit Iron Knife. Then at number 2, we have got Dr. Mindbender, the Comic-Con / Hasbro exclusive. And number 1, you already knew what it was going to be. We have, with his Air Chariot, this I Command himself, Serpentor, rocking it in at number 1. And there you have it, guys. That's the group shot right there. The top 10 2022 G.I. Joe Classified Series best figures. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think about my top 10? What's your top 10? You know, there are no right or wrongs when it comes to this. You know, everybody has their favorites. What do you think I should have included? What do you think I should have kicked out and replaced with? Let me know. And speaking of letting me know, I just mentioned the comment section below. I also need you to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. If you haven't done so, there's a great jumping on point right here. So jump on and subscribe to the channel. Once again, leave your comments, questions, concerns down there in that section. If you want to be notified when I upload another video, hit that notification bell and you will be so notified. we're into 2023, everybody. So you know this is going to be a good year. These were some great figures this past year, and we're supposed to be getting a ton of classified series figures in this upcoming year. This I know because Emily, you know, the promotion girl that's in charge there at the classified department, the G.I. Joe department, already announced that the upcoming His Tank, the HasLab project, will have one of the figures in the His Tank will be number 100. And that's telling me there's a lot of figures coming out, because so far we're up to 61. So do the math. Anyway, it's been real. I'm glad you guys joined me here to experience my first ever top 10 of any action figure line, but in this case classified series, G.I. Joe. I enjoyed bringing it to you, and we'll be back next year doing it again. And apparently we're going to have a bunch of figures to pick from. So I look forward to that. Anyhow, this is it. That's all we got this go round. I think that's been enough though. So I got to leave you. But as always, before I go, I got to let you know this. Remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.